Wingsland Scarlet Minivat, take 64, and I'm doing my Don Quixote fighting invisible windmills routine, checking the range. You know, it's so odd, there's little pockets where I can get farther. Supposedly the signal broadcasts in a complete circle. It isn't, there's things in the way. Because if I look at the points where I lose my signal, it's not even close. Some flight approaches I can get farther if I just fly in from another direction. So there must be something in transmitting or something in the way, because there's not really any big buildings between my farthest point and me, but I have to go in a roundabout way to actually get there. So here I am attempting the invisible barrier again. It's become quite a challenge. Return to home keeps wanting to pull me back, and it's funny, sometimes it'll pull you really far back, and sometimes it only just pulls you just a little ways, and then the signal will go away. I move my controller high or low and I can proceed, and sometimes it wants to bring you all the way back home. And there's Richard Gimbal. That's what I've nicknamed that gimbal drop. That's probably not a defect, it's probably a result of when my gimbal took a really hard hit. It crashed into the tree, and then when it hit the ground, it hit some tree roots and knocked the gimbal actually upside down, so the image was inverted. But here I go for another attempt, trying to get past this barrier. I'm waiting for the little icon to disappear so I can attempt to get somewhere else. And nope, pull back again. And then as soon as the little house icon disappears, that's when I can tell I can control it again, and that's when you'll see it stop, jerk the gimbal down when I regain control. Oh yeah, the Y2K date showed up mysteriously. I don't know, I had some kind of glitch, and it kept telling me my recording time was only 2 minutes on this flight when I had been up about 10 minutes already. There's Richard Gimbal to dump it. God, that's getting aggravating. But as you can see, 2 attempts at that flight path were rejected. So I'm going to try another method after I get pulled back one more time. And Richard Gimbal drop. I didn't realize how many times I'd actually attempted this. I am like Don Quixote with the invisible windmills. See, now I usually can't go past this bike path right here either. I usually get stopped right around here. Richard Gimbal. But as you can see, I broke the barrier, found a little wormhole, and off I go. Never been this far. And it was all about the flight path to get there. And I think it pulled me back one more time. Richard Gimbal. Here I go, square my shoulders off and get ready for another push. Getting reeled back again. And Richard Gimbal, regain control, look for another line of approach, probing its defenses and weaknesses, and look, found a hole. That is so odd. Same elevation too, I didn't change elevation this time, just a different flight path. Never been this close before, from this angle anyway. Off to the right, I was able to get farther down that big hill right there. And here we go for another back pull. That was actually the farthest I think I get. And Richard Gimbal, drop to the ground. And let's try one more time. I'm really amazed at how many times I tried. I had good battery and everything though, so I still had a lot of flight time left. And see, never been over here either. Found another little wormhole. That is so strange. And you can see there's no big buildings in the way. Yeah, I should have tilted the camera a little farther down. The sun's kind of blowing out that top left. It's one thing the camera does not like is any direct sunlight in its lens. You can see as soon as you turn away, the picture gets better. Alright, little return to home, reel back action there. Again. And there's the do-it-yourself car wash below. I don't know what that building is on the right. And let's try again. Here we go, making a push. Oh yeah, barrier cleared, on to new territory. I only stay here briefly though, it's gonna yank me back. Just long enough to get a couple good pictures though. My timing was off. I actually wanted to fly a little sooner when the sunlight would have been on that hill, and it looks a lot better than just a big scrub fire waiting to happen. It looks kind of bland, but when the sun's just on at a sundown, it actually kind of glows orange. That's what I was after. By the time I got over there, I already missed the opportunity. And here we go. This one's going to reel me back real far. I don't know what it decides on how far it wants to pull you back. I guess just after a few seconds or something. Maybe it's counting how long we have a good signal before it releases me. Because as you can see, it decided that was far enough to pull me back right there. And here I'm going to attempt to go across the footbridge. And see, once I'm on this side of the bike trail, everything seems to be okay. There's like an invisible little fence right along that bike trail I can't break. See, here we go. I'm traveling in another little pocket that's allowing me to get this far at this flight path. It's really strange. I remember it now, though. When I go to fly, I know which way will get me to where I want to go. Here, I'm trying to go across the footbridge, which I've never actually seen. But this is as far as I get, and it's going to reel me back. I should dub in a little sound of a reel on that. Gimbal. Richard Gimbal drop. And there we go, regaining control after Mr. Gimbal. Yeah, see, as soon as I drop the camera down to where the sun isn't piercing it, the image recovers. Probably all it needs is a little tiny eyelash over it would probably cure some of that, but then it would probably show up in the image. And here's a move I've been practicing but can't get right for the life of me, is the plane landing type shot where you're coming into your target and slowly dropping down. It's like you said it, where you think it's going to go in that sideways motion. I can never get it right, so I've been trying to practice that. Takeoffs are a lot easier than the landing, plus all the crazy obstructions and whatnot. Oh yeah, watch this. Watch how stupid I am. Look at these wires coming up right here that I don't see. Whoosh. Probably only 1 foot above the wires. In the little 5-inch LCD screen, those don't show up unless you're at an angle. I should have known though, because this is the area I've been flying in, that there's wires strung between every pole, but I almost hit those. That's as close as I came to that one tree in the last video, or a few videos back. Anyway, here's a barrier. I've never been on this side of the bike path either, so it's really strange. Nothing really big blocking, but some areas I can get to, and some I just can't. But see, there's nothing in the way, no skyscrapers or anything. Could just be the transmission lines right there that are doing it. There's always a lot of turbulence right over the treetops and the top of my roof whenever I'm coming down in elevation. The thing starts to shudder. There's like a big wind tunnel right over the top of my house and trees. And look, I've got a little spectator. I didn't notice that my neighbor's kid had crept out to watch me. He loves the drone. Yeah, that's where I just noticed him in the camera.